I mentioned to last night.
And happy Sunday, everyone.
The Gamecraft Dragon is sick. Thing that disagreed with me. We had our Thanksgiving yesterday.
Yes.
Because we have friends all over the place and it was easier. Hey,
Hello,
Zane.
Zane.
We had our Thanksgiving yesterday because we have friends all over the place and it's easier just to have it the Saturday before.
My family, I have a really, really big family. I mentioned it before, and we used to always, before my grandmother passed away, rest her loving soul, the weekend before, that way each of the individual little families, because there were so many of us, didn't have to worry about it. And so I decided to carry on this tradition here in my new family. So we invited everybody over. It was wonderful. It was fantastic. There was lots of yummy food, and it turns out somebody can't eat the green bean casserole no more.
I have a.
In the meantime, I'm going back to what I was doing.
Yeah. So I have a sensitive pancreas. There are certain types of starches that if I try and eat, they make me sick. I can't eat potato skins. I can't eat fried high fiber or fibrous materials. So I've spent the last day since last night just being sick. So we didn't get a chance to finish the video this morning because I slept until about 2 hours ago. Oh, I can't eat mac and cheese. Oh.
No, unfortunately, Big D is also a member of the keto diet.
I'm going keto.
Which has actually been really good for him. When he tried it the first time, he lost 100 pounds, which is great. We're not going to talk how much weight I lost because I still want to kill him because I didn't get anywhere near. Hello, Hellworks. Breaking the law. Breaking the law.
But I really want.
I love you, Hell Child.
So here's the thing. I wanted to still share some stuff with y'all since I wasn't able to get my video done today. So, no Bolter November is officially
not
out the window. I got a no Bolter thing I'm building for y'all, but
first you should show them.
Yeah, you're not touching that. I'm opening it.
Just gonna
all right.
Open.
No, I'm gonna open it on the air.
It is effective. The only problem with the keto diet is that if you go off it, you're going to gain weight right back.
Yeah.
So it's not really a diet. It's more of a lifestyle change. And having talked to a couple of friends who are nutritionists and personal trainers, they say it's not a bad way to start. However, don't go crazy on it because there are certain things that your body needs good carbs for, and you can only get them in certain things. So I personally have balanced out a half raw diet with keto, courtesies of my friends at the Cultured Kitchen. If anybody wants to check them out, they're really cool. She does raw vegan non-dairy substitutes to a lot of foods. Very good, very tasty.
I eat meat.
But I love meat way too much to give that up.
So the problem is that I had too many carbs yesterday. Way too many carbs.
No, not numerous Bolter November. Sorry, darling.
I had way too many carbs yesterday.
So his stomach is.
My stomach is a riot right now. I have been.
So please forgive him.
The only thing I've eaten today has been multivitamins, water, and Pepto. So that's all I could really handle.
Whereas I've been snacking as I cleaned up on everything.
All right, so
I'm gonna suffer tomorrow. So
here is some joy. So
let's start with the first thing we did yesterday.
That. Yeah. So here's the thing. I'm a nerd.
Not what you think it is.
I'm a great big nerd. I am a gigantic nerd. And yesterday, I fulfilled my lifelong dream of being a nerd capable of being an extra in Weird Al Yankovic's White and Nerdy. Because I made a deal in the parking lot of an A&W where I gave a man $50.
A man who was driving an Avenger car with the A decals on the side.
And a bunch of other decals on the other side. He had a shield logo on the side. And yeah, he was driving basically a Marvel MCU car. It was hilarious. And
I was there. I can vouch. This is a true story.
and I gave him $50 while I was wearing my Totoro shirt, a hoodie, and my scraggly, overweight self. And bought this. Yes, this is what you think it is. This is the original second edition, the very first Warhammer 40K box set. I have a couple of figures I've already pulled out that I'm in the simple cleaning and cleaning. But other than that,
I doubt he's giving this thing up, Zane. I'm
this
sorry. He is so happy with this.
complete. This is the first box that I bought, and I can't find any of my figures. I found about a half dozen of my orcs, maybe a little bit more, maybe like 10 orcs, but I couldn't find anything else, and it makes me sad. And this guy literally has these figures brand new. So I'm thinking he bought it, built a bunch of the Marines, didn't glue them, didn't prime them. He painted a couple of craft paint, so they're coming and strip it off really well. And he didn't build many of the orcs or the Grots. And there are some Marines he did not build. So this is the complete thing. So there is a crap ton of still on the sprue.
I think he's ignoring it. Weather Pig, hello.
Hey, Weather Pig. So yeah, I mean, for $50, I got the original box set. Now, when I say the original box set, I mean everything's in here. All the figures, all the dice. And then for those of us who've been playing a long time, the original templates for your flamer and your heavy flamer and grenades and support weapons, when they all had the templates you would show down. Vortex grenades, when those were a thing. The standee, because they didn't have a figure for it yet, but you would put it up on a standee so you have your orc dreadnought.
The orcs have a dreadnought?
Oh, yeah. Well, they don't call it a dreadnought anymore. They give it a different word for it. But now they used to call it an orc dreadnought. So, and it's got the stats right on the back. So technically, I can walk into tournament play, put this on a standee, and I can play this as my dreadnought because it's a official Def Dreads. That's what they're called now, Def Dreads.
Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Kill a can. All right, yeah. So I literally have the original Def Dread figure, if you want to call it that. And like I said, I mean, it's got everything. It's got all the old templates. This was in perfect condition. So what it looks like to me, oh, and here's what's crazy. The vehicle turning template. So there used to be, you would put your vehicle up on the template and you'd have to turn using the template.
Hi, Mike.
So this is just, I mean, this is just crazy. It's got all, I mean, what I think happened is that, I mean, he's got battle wagons here. What I think happened, the Rhino and the Space Marine Dreadnought and the Predator and the Land Raider, what I think he did was I think he pulled this out. He got it for...
Last time I saw a box for stuff.
Yeah. And it was, yeah, I got it. Facebook guy gave it to me. But I mean, it's got like all the gear cards. I mean, all this, a ton of this stuff is still complete.
I want to see it on a base with a bunch of orcs holding it up from behind. Oh,
yeah, that would be hilarious. And
oh
then we got
gosh. Okay.
mission cards. So like the old game when you would play missions, these are how you would play them. So I mean, this is crazy. What it looks like is that he got this when he was like a preteen or a teenager, and he built a couple of the figures. He didn't glue them. He just kind of snapped them together. And he put, you know, he built a couple. Here we go. The Orcish chain explosions. Boom, 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 boom. With the dice, you'd have to roll the dice to see where the bouncing bomb went. The original rule book. how to play Warhammer 40,000. This is it, guys. This is how you play the game. This is all you need to play the game.
Zane, I love this idea personally.
And then, like, the scenario and how the campaign rules for this. I mean, I was so excited to find this. And it looked like, from the pictures, it looked like it was complete. And it is. It's got all the original.
That's really good condition.
What it looks like, because these are all look like they're untouched. It looks like he pulled it out, he played with it over an afternoon, put it in a closet, and then completely forgot about it. The Codex Imperial.
Oh my gosh, it's the Imperial's Codex.
Yeah. I mean, this is.
Wow.
I am so excited by this.
What the heck are these guys? What are those? Those Blood Angels against. Those are what the Tyranids originally looked like.
Those are what the Tyranids originally looked like.
Look at this! Look at this! I was like, what the heck is that? That does not look like a Tyranid to me.
Oh, it's even better. Here's them versus the Eldar.
Oh, those guys haven't really changed.
No,
much.
they haven't.
The only reason why I'm kind of geeking out about this is, okay, so to catch you up, Jamdar, is Adrian decided to become an extra from Weird Al Yankovic's White and Nerdy music video, where he completed a deal in a A&W parking lot for a box of 2nd edition Warhammer figures.
The complete.
Everything's in it.
It's complete. It's absolutely complete. This sat in a closet for 30 years.
Yeah.
I'm guessing, because it's all in perfect condition. It's not aged. It's not warped. It's not.
Yeah, this has only got mild wear on it.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like he played with it for a couple of weeks, you know, a little bit, built some figures, and then it got left in the closet and forgot about.
Oh my gosh, are those wolves? Is that a picture of the wolves? Oh my gosh, and these are Ragnar's wolves.
Yeah, Ragnar Blackmanes.
Look at these, look at these, look how bad it is. Look how tiny they are.
What's crazy is that box set. There used to be a box set that you could buy with that.
Oh.
Thragazul, Thrakot Works, Warband. I mean, this is so great.
So the reason why I'm mildly geeking out is, as many of you know, I do watch the If the Emperor Had Text-to-Speech, and recently he's got a podcast thing that he started doing, and one of them he was comparing. Oh, cool! The Great Unclean One's in there.
This thing has stats for everything.
This thing is so great. So anyway, and they were comparing for the White Scars, the different codexes that have come out, and the very last codex they brought up was this one. So it's really cool for me to kind of geek out and see actually have this physically in hand, something that they were talking about. It was freaking great. But yeah, no, the guy was asking $100 for it, and he ended up.
I said, well, you know, you've had it on Facebook for, you know, about a month. I'll give you $50 for it. And he went, yeah, sure, no problem.
And so Big D here went to a A&W parking lot.
The extra $10 in gas it was to drive all the way down there and get this was worth it.
Wearing, you know, his normal vizier, as you guys see, a hoodie with his Totoro shirt on, no less, pulls into the parking lot to meet up with a guy driving an Avenger car. And I don't mean just the model, because it was an Avenger model, but it also had the big Avengers A on one side, and they had the Shield logo on the other side, and it had just, I mean, this was a Marvel MCU car.
Yeah.
To exchange goods.
Now, I want to show this to you guys. I'm going to hold it up real close. These Marines, this is crazy.
Where are why are those in the Blades box?
I mean, look at the detail on these plastic Marines. These are hilarious.
Darlene, do you have the clippers over there?
Well, I know.
Well, you've got my box over there. Can I? My box. Thank you.
So,
I'm
yeah.
a little possessive of my paintball brushes.
So, yeah. So, that was my yesterday.
Oh, no. See, that was the first step of yesterday.
Now,
and then
while we're out driving, my kid
gives us a call, and this box came for Big D, and it's being shipped from Texas from a run named Mythos. Yeah, no, we didn't get a float while we were there because we had our Thanksgiving dinner yesterday, and
I did have a coney dog though.
He did eat a coney dog, and I got a Papa Burger.
So I got a box from Mythos. No,
we wanted to break into it last night or yesterday, but we're like, no. We're gonna.
No, I was gonna. If I didn't do this today.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, sweetie.
So, honey, please, for the love of God, cut away from yourself.
No. No.
You didn't cut the top, dear. You cut the sides.
I want to keep the address.
You could. Never mind. Oh, you want to keep the address so we can send them?
Yeah.
All right. So the moment of.
I have no idea what's in here.
Yeah, we have no idea because he keeps talking about this project he has and all this stuff.
Bubble wrap. He sent me bubble wrap.
Oh, good bubble wrap.
There's stuff under the bubble.
If we put this on our. Hi, Tina. If we were to put this on winch on steering wheels, just imagine driving in being in a. Jamdar says we're not allowed to do any 40K until December.
Yeah, you know what?
We're just unboxing, honey. We're not. That's all we're doing.
Yeah, you're not building Tempestus Scions right over here.
No, I'm not. Or debating on whether or not I want to do a salamander army or actually put together an entire.
Okay, so I'm going to break into this part last because that looks like the most special.
I think that's the figure.
He mentioned that the figure is going to. So when I first started off.
And there Mythos is! Hello!
Mythos! I got your box yesterday.
So we were actually doing a full unboxing right now. So let's see.
Oh, okay, good. That is a bunch of the sprues from like one of the starter boxes. Those are.
Oh, that's right. Oh, looks like you got a couple of.
A couple of Marines, yeah.
Nice.
It looks like.
Hi, Ben.
It looks like a.
Oh. He's like, I've been listening for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's like three. It's an easy build kit. It's an easy build kit of these guys, a second easy build kit of those guys, and the easy build kit of Marines.
Nice. We will have a discussion where I will be asking everybody's opinions in a little bit because this is my kind of a goal that I want to do next month. What is that?
Oh, these are Plague Knight Spellcrow pieces.
Oh, very
So let's see here. We got some torsos. Oh, more vehicle doors. Excellent. Vehicle doors. Shoulder pads.
Arms.
I did not get arms in the last set I got, so that's really good. I like that. I like that.
Did you see what I did with? Oh, never mind.
Doors.
That door has a mouth on it.
Yes, it's Plague.
Oh. Ooh, is it up on Instagram yet, Zane?
Backpack.
So I can see.
And more shoulder pads.
They're nice.
Dude, Spellcrow. I love Spellcrow stuff, and this will make me make a bunch more Marines because I have been challenged now by my friend, the Commodore.
The gauntlet has been thrown.
He has finished his Knights army. He has a 2,000 point Imperial Knights army.
Sweet, just let me know so I can take a peek.
So I'm going to be throwing my Death Guard at him. We should probably look in this container now.
Probably should.
All right. So this is something that he has been hinting at, but would not hint too much.
Yes, he wouldn't actually say what it is.
But I'm seeing colors. I'm seeing more colors. That's a wolf.
That's a pretty wolf.
That's a really heavy duty base. Oh my goodness. Hang on. I'm going to take this out gently.
Yes, you do. Here. We cleaned the workbench actually, so. Oh, it's this piece. I saw this on Instagram actually. Look at that beauty. Oh, gracious.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
That looks like a Wolf Lord in Terminator armor with a thunder hammer and shield. And because of the way it's set up, you can have him riding. You can counts as riding on a Thunderwolf. That is.
And the wolf was running through water.
Gorgeous. This base. This base is crazy. This figure is crazy.
That is.
I need my glasses.
Okay.
Oh no, I got them right here.
Okay. Well, I've got like 3 pairs around here for you. That is. Oh my gosh! Look at the shield. That shield is so amazing.
Look at the little symbols woven into his mane.
Oh my gosh. That is just absolutely gorgeous, Mythos. I'm going to go over here and cry in the corner just a little bit and go back to painting my commander because somebody reminded me that it was No Bolter November and I can't put my Tempestus Scions together yet.
You can totally put your Tempestus.
Nope, I can't put them together yet. We are still on No Bolter November.
Oh my goodness.
Hi, Freak.
Yeah, my goodness.
It's
my goodness.
I don't know if the camera can quite catch all of the details just on the wolf's fur or not. It's absolutely beautiful. Wow. The Emperor can wait until next month. I will build them for the holiday in honor of his son Sanguinius. Or Slaanesh, I haven't quite decided which one yet.
Mythos. Thank you so much.
No, they carry pistols.
My God, Mythos, this is gorgeous. This is stunning. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness.
You're gonna make me have to make my Frostwolf display board. Maybe we should try as a community for you crafter boys and girls, because there are some females that I know that do this, and that'd be great. Because it is possible to make one, my darling. Maybe next year for November we can do No Bolter November again. And let's see how about all of you guys maybe trying to do it together and everybody works on something, pieces that don't include bolters or firearms. We'll do it that way. For those of you who aren't into Sigmar, we'll just say you have to create things. No guns, no firearms, no extreme tech. Like this. This is a totally acceptable thing. We'll talk about it next month. We'll probably talk about it in October.
This is stunning. Mythos, this is going to go with my army. Oh my goodness.
I have to start making that snowfield.
This is going to be something awesome.
But Freak, your fists don't use bolters, do they?
Yeah, they do.
It's called No Bolter.
Yeah, they use bolters. Guns and punching. Guns and punching, the army.
I'm not going to have a problem with...
My goodness. Mythos,
Have you seen where my commander car went? I had him out yesterday, and we were showing him off.
I left him on the table here somewhere, so.
He's not in here.
Wow. I am, I'm humbled.
Flabbergasted. Impressed.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Mythos. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much. It is absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much.
Okay, this is actually going to bug me.
It's here. I can help you find it. Look up over there.
Why would he be up here?
Because I may have put him there to get him out of the way. So I don't want to drop something on him. Check both shelves.
I am looking at both shelves.
So she's lost her commander. He's dead now.
No, I put way too much effort in him.
We'll find him.
Watch one of the bloody cats on this on the ground.
No, he was further back. I think he's in the back end, probably behind something in the back end. Wow, yeah, he is amazing. All right, so, wow, I'm...
I forgot I moved my box.
Hey, honey, he's fine. Oh, you can't play it. Oh, my God. Oh, wait, here he is. Yeah.
Cannon will. Cannon will. That's all I can say.
Oh, my goodness. So I'm just stunned. That piece is going to go.
All right, I'm back.
This thing is going to be so amazing.
Now I am honor bound to give you something, Mythos, as a thank you.
So that's how we cut the box. So we have the address.
So we can send you a thank you. Or, I actually managed to get around to getting somebody to scan my stuff in so that I can finish it. And I can send you a free shirt.
I don't know what she's talking about.
I don't know how to work that thing.
Oh, wow. All
right.
right.
Get this thing away from me, otherwise I'm going to end up popping it the entire time we're on here.
Yeah, that'd be good.
No, it wouldn't.
So, all right. With the extras I have lying around, that's going to give me, it might give me close to 60 Poxwalkers now.
Oh, hell. Yeah, because you totally need more of those.
Hey, 60 Poxwalkers means Typhus is at full strength. We are online. Wow. And the problem is that with me not feeling well, I wish I could be more enthusiastic. I mean, it's so.
Yeah, he really partied hard yesterday. And yeah.
That is just a beautiful figure. That is going to be great. Oh my goodness. He's going to name to be part of the army. Put him right next to the Smashy. Because he's an old Marine, so he's part of the 13th Company. Because that's my wolf army has two. I have a group of the first company. They're all my Primaris, and then I've got a bunch of non-Primaris that are my 13th Company. Oh, I'm over the moon about it. I really am.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
It's absolutely stunning. Yes. And now I understand your concern about me not liking NMN, and I will reiterate, I do not dislike NMN. I like NMN. I just don't like painting it. I'd rather use for my painting style. When I paint something, I use metallics. Terminator with riding a space wolf. I didn't even know they could ride them. That's gonna be so cool. So that's gonna be great. So yeah, so what's gonna happen now is that one of the plans is to take all these old Marines that I got from that second edition box, and I am probably gonna paint these guys up in the pre-heresy wolf colors.
Sorry, I'm just looking at all the comments.
Hey, Al?
Hello.
Yeah, so these guys are probably going to paint them up for 13th Company, but I'm going to paint them up all as, the pre-heresy colors. So they'll be more of a dark blue gray color.
Oh, that's right. They have that darker.
And then they'll have a black shoulder pad with a red wolf head on it. So these are going to be great. I don't have anything of yours. What do you want?
Well, I was going to start painting.
What do you want?
I was looking for my
rag?
Yes.
You're all in the rag box. I was cleaning up. Yeah, it's right back there. Gotcha. Armor Rust Relic. Yeah, that's going to be great. He is going to have, along with my Smash Captain, the two of those guys are just going to be, I mean, that's really going to change out how that 2,000 point army works. Because I don't know how you guys have played so far. I have a 2,000 point wolf army where I run a smash captain that comes in round 2 with a bunch of levers. And I use them to grab a back line and then melee out of people. So, but having this guy be able to run up from in front, that, you know, and that'll be great. I mean, this is, I'm again, Mythos, I'm so thankful. Thank you so much. It is just, I mean, this is all just so generous of you. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you so greatly. So, one of the other little things I want to talk about, I am currently at 380 subscribers. Now, I was going to hold off my my giveaway, my TMP crafting series giveaway until
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, buddy. I was gonna hold off until I got to 500 subscribers, and I have decided that I'm not holding off. So what I'm gonna be doing, the TMP that went to Frost and Fists, that then went to IDIC Beer, and then came to me. I'm gonna be doing that at 400 subscribers. When I get 400, we're gonna start the work to get that out there. So that, just so it's said, the way that works is that you have to have a channel and you host content based on the hobby, and you're going to get a box of stuff. And it's individual. Each person kind of makes it themed to who they are and what's going along the way.
Ooh, sweet.
Nice. So, seeing as that I'm a wolf and I'm a wolf and Death Guard, there will be some Death Guard stuff that goes along. But the bigger thing I'm going to look at is I'm going to look at people's content. I'm going to try and fit it to what they do. But with my specialty, which is terrain. So there will be some terrain going out. There will be some other crafting gear, some of my favorite crafting gear, and some other goodies. I've been collecting goodies for a bit to go in this box. So that's coming. I'm hoping by the end of the year we can get those last 20 subscribers and find out who's got a channel, who's willing to do the unbox and get that going. And then for those of you that do not, those of you who do not run an actual channel, we will also be doing a giveaway just for 400 subscribers. Thank you so much. Here's a present from the D. So,
what? Oh.
Brush sucker. She's gone from licking to sucking.
Ooh, look at that pretty.
Oh my goodness. I cannot believe how light that is. Oh, that is gorgeous.
I am just loving that aged effect that he's got going on.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig it.
Oh my gosh, that is just so cool. Holy. That is gorgeous, Zane.
Well done, Zane. Well done. I'm glad Papa Nurgle has wormed his way into you.
Imperial Guard. Okay then.
So. Oh wow.
Hold on.
Well, and that's the thing. Like I said, one of the things we're going to do for the giveaway, we're going to do the TMP giveaway to somebody who runs a channel, but I'm also just going to do a giveaway for my viewers, my guys and gals, my little dragon watchers, whatever you want to call them. I don't know. Egglets.
I like whelps.
Little eggies. You know, like that egg that runs around the head and the feet popped out of it from the wall?
Sheldon.
Sheldon. There he is.
I remember that correct. Wow.
Oh, wow, this is killing me. I am just so tired. Oh, so yeah, I got a bunch of scrubbing to do for a bunch of these guys because he painted these guys using craft paint with no primer. So they are, simple green is taking them pretty off, but trying to use a soft brush, and paint's been on there for 20 plus years, 25 years or so. So trying to get this all off. And again, because of the plastic, I can't use anything like hardcore because I don't want a plastic to melt. You know, I was actually worried at first that he had done these in enamels, and I was going to have to go out and buy some thinner or something. And I'm going to have to talk to my big brother. Oh yeah, take a look. Go paint. Go look at Ben's.
Is that on Facebook, or I don't have Ben on Instagram?
Hey, Ben, is that on Facebook or is it on?
I like that Drakelings. Egglets and Drakelings. I like that. I don't believe I have him on Instagram.
Oh, it's on Instagram. Subscribe to his Facebook page.
I don't have.
All right.
Ow, that just hurted me.
Castrol Super Clean. Okay, good. Thank you, Alex. So you guys all heard it here. The man who I consider to be the most knowledgeable crafter I know is telling you. Castro Super Clean. And by the way, that's a cat.
Oh, pretty baby.
So I can't see y'all because I'm checking on Instagram. Give me a second.
Because for whatever reason, he doesn't put it in a different.
Because I don't need to.
Yeah, I'm good.
I gotta change because this isn't me. Take along in as me. So I'm going to go look at Ben's right now. Oh, that's the figure I want to give to Al to paint. Yeah, Mephiston.
Blood for Ball.
Yeah, Blood for Ball. The
Oh, hey, check it out. I got Ben now. Following back.
Yeah, I think I got Ben already on my thing. Huh?
I got him now. Ben is mine. Hey, Culture Kitchen. Smoky cheddar, nice. Ooh.
My goodness, Ben. Vampire. Wow. That is a gorgeous figure.
Ooh, I love those colors.
Yeah, purple and green. Best two colors to go together. That is great. Is that Vampire Quartz? Hey, Heinrich, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, Egglets and Drakers. There we go. Gotta go. Coming, Mathos. Thank you for so much. Thank you so much for this. Thank you for him. Thank you for coming by.
Much love, Mathos.
Yeah. Some down fence. All right. Yeah, and again, I don't play the Blood Angels, but I think he is a really great figure. So we have been debating. We've actually, what did you miss? Well, let's show you the first thing I think you missed. This is what Mathos sent me. This gorgeous, gorgeous thing. Full resin base, snow and rocks and wolf and hammer and just gorgeous. It's gonna be so good.
Because I'm just painting this guy, but you guys can't see.
So we have been debating as family. Mythos, the space station. No, you know, it's white scars. That's the joke about the white scars. They're space Asians.
Space mongrels. Very specific.
Except they have a bunch of Chinese stuff mixed in there too. Space Asians. Okay. Yeah, Ben, great stuff. Gosh, that is a gorgeous, gorgeous figure.
Of course, I always love Ben's paintings.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to. By the way, Friday night was our next round in Kill Team. My wolves were triumphant.
My custodians were overwhelmed.
Chaos proved to be too much for them.
Small quarters, chaos didn't work so well for me. There were only 3, and the chaos were not distracted by the bulging, perfect pecs and glistening abs.
So
that's okay. I wasn't planning on winning anyway.
Yeah. So, my next match is against Tina Raven in my channel. And of course, she's playing my favorite faction, the Grey Knights. I don't like you, Tina. I love you, but I don't like you. I'm going to have to figure some stuff out because we're playing, for these new rounds, we're playing in Arena. And
which is, by the way, super fun.
Oh yeah, Arena is the blast. Arena is actually, as much as I love Kill Team, I like Arena even more. There's a lot more. They're so much better. Yeah, Grey Knights and Kill Team are absolutely. Yeah, they're absolutely devastating Kill Team. Ben's Grey Knights team were actually. Looks like I'm getting a bald spot. I am. I'm not happy about it. I'm going to be embracing that. And if it gets to the point where I'm going bald, and I've been running the hair long, but yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm starting to show on top. So if it gets to a point, I'm just going to shave it all off and grow with a Michael Jordan head because I'm okay with that. Oh, that's a resin foot. Damn it. Okay. I'll leave these be for now. Yeah, it's hair. I'm not that worried about it. Just means I got to grow the beard out. I got to go big beard, no hair. Yeah, I mean that's good. That's gonna. You go in tomorrow morning. What time?
10.
Excellent.
I'll only be there for about half an hour.
She got a new job.
Yes, I got a job today. At one of the best places for us that's possible. So here's hoping that maybe I'll actually get to keep my paycheck. I am actually working at a local Michael's in the framing department. Non-seasonal, so it's a permanent position. I'm actually very excited about it. And she just called to tell me how much I'm going to make it.
It's not bad. It's not bad. That's good. That's not bad. Yeah, I'm happy. That's good.
So, yes.
Yeah.
Commodore! We were talking about you earlier.
We were talking about you. So, yeah, Ben's Grey Knights are the only guys that had. Yeah. Ben's Grey Knights were the first team to beat my Space Wolves. So
his Grey Knights were the first team I ever played in Kill Team, and I got my butt.
Now, yes, here's the thing. Yeah, the arena does change the rules a little bit, and it's going to make me kind of look at things a little differently. But I got to keep them at range, so I got to figure out how to.
They're scions.
Yeah, they got to have line of sight. 18 inches line of sight. I got tricks. I got tricks. I got tricks.
I think we should probably all be a little concerned.
Hey, you know, if he'd actually hit once, that'd have been great. I got a guy that can shoot through walls. I don't need to be able to see you to kill you. I didn't hit once with him last game. And I almost lost that game.
Mike, this is actually the second craft store I've actually worked at. And I used to work at a Joann's. Loved it. Yeah. Paychecks? What's that?
So, Commodore, I was showing you. Commodore was over at our house for Thanksgiving last night. And you were looking at my wolves in my army.
And
Mathos
this from Mathos
just sent me the newest member of my army. This thing is so gorgeous.
And he has accepted your gauntlet.
So yeah, with all my extra stuff, you and I are going. My Death Guard versus your Knights, my friend. We are gonna...
Sorry about the sound in the background. Will's still not feeling so great, so Will's actually watching TV in the other room. So sorry.
There's a bunch of members of the household that are just down with stuff.
Yeah, poor Ray's got the nasty flu, so he's down. And his tummy isn't happy. I'm fine.
I tell you what, I don't know about aluminum tubing, but oh my God, Mike, you're not wrong. I mean, plastic card and plastic tubing. Plastic card, not just the sheets, but the tubes and the squares and the girders. Oh my goodness, I've been. It's crazy because I found a hobby store near my house. My brother will recognize this place. The Happy Hobby is still open, Al. Both stores, they're still open. All these years later, they're still open. Just so it's said, I went in there about 2 months ago.
Should I drag out the box?
Grab them. I went in there and I found a bunch of Warhammer stuff. So, just so it said, one of the things being given away now that Warhammer Fantasy is coming back, these guys are going to be going into my giveaway box. Now, here's the thing. Now, if you know Warhammer, you know how expensive these normally are. They still had them marked at the original price that they got them when they put them on their shelf back in 2002. So I got these for $22. I also got a pack of Space Marines, like tactical Marines that I've been converting, that I converted up and turned them into Gray Hunters. So I tell you what, Commodore, you come on over. We'll go over. You come over here on a Saturday. We'll go over there. I'll take you right over. It's right near my house. You come over. We'll play a game. I'll take you over there.
Maybe you guys should go over there first and then play the game.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. With both Vampire, model train stores, and that's the thing. For those of you that know model train stuff, you might know the name Walthers. Well, if you know what Walthers is, I'm going to make you jealous because their national distribution center and warehouse is about 5 minutes from my house by car, and they have a walk-in showroom that's open 4 or 5 days a week. And I can walk in and take stuff off the shelves or give them an order, and they can go back into the 4-acre warehouse and pull things for me. So boxes and canisters of flocking and
where do you think we get most of our stuff?
Styrene. I mean, that's the whole thing. I want to get a bunch of styrene there the next time we have some money to spend on styrene because I have some ideas for doing some Sector Mechanicus stuff, doing some industrial stuff to go with the earlier industrial stuff I did last month. It's a good time. I love this hobby. I really do. I can be feeling miserable, which I am right now. I'm just, and I'm just enjoying this. Watching my wife paint, talking with my friends, talking about the hobby, kit bashing mentally, talking about stuff. So yeah, Al, the Smiths, they still own the place. They're really cool, just really nice. Ma Smith still runs the place. She's, it's really cool. So I love Happy Hobby. It's just really great. And they've got like old kits. I mean, they've got an old Demon Prince there. It's the new sculpt, but it was the first box the new sculpt came. So it's 2002, 2003. They've got another pack of those riders. They've got another pack of Marines. When can you visit? Well, where you at? Come on up.
Seriously.
I'll throw a sleeping bag out in my living room. You can stay there. We'll go hang out for the day. That's an
Hope
open.
you like dogs.
Yeah, because my dogs will like you.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, someone's on the floor. They must love us. We must roll and all over you, and you will pet us, and you will love us, and you will smell like us. There's a reason why they're not allowed in my bed. I already have to share with this one.
And I roll all over the place.
He does.
But yeah, and I also gotta say the nice thing about having all these people in my house this day, which you might not be able to tell as well, is that the hobby room was
yes.
By having everybody over yesterday, we had to, because the hobby room was where we had a large portion of the food, so we had to clean up everything except for the bench itself. I mean,
so the bench was mostly
clean. But yeah, I had to spend most of the day Saturday morning cleaning this room, vacuuming, making it look nice.
Yeah, and then he realized just how dirty it was. I do not have you on Instagram either.
How do you not have him? Texas. Hey, dude, come on up.
That's like what? A day, 2 days?
No, it took 6 hours.
Is it about 6 hours?
Yeah. Actually, here's the thing, and I've been talking to Mathos about this, because Mathos and Freak are both in Texas.
We've actually thought about going down there.
There's some talk about going down to Texas, because, I actually like Texas. Texas is pretty cool. It's warm. I like warm. As I've gotten old, I don't like cold no more. I don't like cold.
My sister in California called. She goes, "Oh, it's like 70 degrees. It's kind of chilly."
I was not happy. I'm cold.
It's 20 outside.
I'm cold. I'm an old.
Ooh, Dave, you're in Texas too. Man, we'd be making a friggin' kill.
On the other hand, for all you guys that are on the gaming circuit, Adepticon is, if you know what Adepticon is, it's great. If you don't know what Adepticon is basically a huge convention that focuses on wargaming. I mean, it's where Crystal Brush is held, and there's a lot of Warhammer 40K. There's a lot of other stuff there, but I mean, it's a huge wargaming convention. So here's the thing. Adepticon is about a 45-minute drive for me when it happens. I basically could drive there, spend the day, and then go home. So that's the thing. What we need to do is we need to set up, like, how many of us can all meet up on Adepticon for just a Saturday. All just go out there for Saturday. Because the nice thing about Adepticon, if you're not participating in like any of the panels, there's no charge to get in the convention. So, when we go down there, we're just going down there to meet with people, meet and greet. Maybe
might be able to caravan with Uncle Adam and Jason.
Yeah, too. Uncle Adam, Jason. Jason is friend. If you know who Uncle Adam is out of Tabletop Minions, our friend Jason is really good friends with him, and they go down there. But I mean, there's a couple of the guys that I really want to meet there. Miniac goes down there. Uncle Adam goes there. Wylock was saying he was going to go there this year. So, yeah, I think a summoning of the Horde for 2020 into the Chicagoland area for Adepticon would be amazeballs. So we should make this happen. And hopefully by that point we'll have merch so that we can have everybody wearing our shirts. We're all a bunch of brush lickers. That's what you guys are. You're not Drakelings. You're not Egglets. You're a bunch of brush lickers.
I can hit him if you guys want. It's real easy.
Oh, oh. Okay, I'm funny. I amuse myself. That's all that matters. I amuse myself. And yeah, I mean that'd be.
Am I looking at alternate?
He's got something new he put up there.
I know. I'm looking at it. I'm trying to.
It's a wolf, I think he put up.
Wonder if it's this newest one that he did.
See, he put up last night. So she's looking at your stuff. Yeah, you know, and the big thing is I'm hoping. I know there's a few of you that are over in England, like Jam Jar. I'd love.
Yeah, here it is. 19 hours ago.
You know, if any of you guys from England, like, I'd love to see Nick come over. I'd love to see Jam Jar. Any of you guys from England that manage to come over. If you guys are coming over, I will make it a point. Because if you're coming from halfway across the globe to my part of the country, I got to take a day and come up and see y'all. Because, I mean, that's just fair. I mean, if you guys can make the trip, there's no reason I can't. That's very cool. That's very cool.
What's the big guy in the back, Hellchild? Because that almost looks like a horse carrying a axe and a mother flipping howling big shield.
You know what'd be cool?
Huh.
Have a big cosplay brush, paintbrush. One of us. One of us.
And here I was just thinking of possibly going actually in cosplay dressed as a Sister of Battle.
Well, you're gonna need a lot of work to make that. We're gonna make that happen.
I couldn't tell if I wanted to do a Sister of Battle or elf. Maybe not.
You know what'd be better to do?
Huh.
One of your Valkyrie Guard.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I could do that. Oh man, that means we got to get started on your wolf armor. Who wants to go dressed as Marines? And orcs.
I can see Inquisitor Zane.
Dude, he has to come dressed as a Commodore. Oh my god.
Not a Commodore, a Commissar.
A Commissar. I want to see you in the jacket. I am missing a Screaming Doll because we bought a new bottle.
Yeah, it's in metallics.
No, it's not. I've got both of my Balthasar gold.
Well, then it might have been accidentally dropped in the wrong box.
Yeah, it probably is.
It also could be in your blue box.
It's not in my blue box because I did not take it.
Paints. We got to come up with a better way for storing our paints. I mean,
I like my paints just the way they are. Thank you very much.
I got to come up with a better way for storing our paints because we've got a great system.
Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, fresh.
Excuse me. Let me see here.
Yeah, you see, I wouldn't want to. If I was doing a commissar, I wouldn't want a full-size bolter. I'd want a plasma pistol. So what we did to get our paints all organized, we went to Dollar Tree and we got these $1 toolboxes. And I just take some white spray paint, hit this front panel, and then I write the type that's in there. And because to be honest, and everybody who paints with them knows this, GW is the worst paint bottle design ever. And
there it is. Found it.
When the Kender was still actively participating in our painting, she actually went and got a bunch of dropper bottles and converted a bunch of the paints into dropper bottles. I don't have the patience for that crap. Like I said, I think if we got everyone down, if we could manage to get everybody together just for a weekend, even if it's just a Saturday, just to kind of get together, you know, drive some staff at a Denny's insane and walk around a convention
like a bunch of
lunatics, just talking and chatting and getting to know everybody. I think that'd be great. I mean, and again, this goes back to my whole point about this hobby. Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer Fantasy, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Warcry, Kill Team, they are fun games. They are good games. They are artistic. They let you express yourself. They do great things. They let you create beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous things.
No, you can't.
But that is exactly half the reason I play Warhammer in its various forms. The other half,
Stop yawning.
oh my God. The other half is you guys, people like you, my boys, my crew, my ladies. When I got back into 40K in February, I walked into the local GW store, and I was still kind of on the fence at this point because the community I had walked away from when my kids got old enough that, I didn't want to have, lead figures lying around for them to eat on. The community I walked away from wasn't hard to walk away from. There were a lot of really toxic people in that community at the time. People that were win at any cost, people that were, cheat to win, people that were just not the kind of people you want to play with. People that just didn't get the idea that this is a game and it's fun. They had to win at any cost and any, win. That's all that mattered. And it didn't matter if they made you feel bad about it. It didn't matter. They only cared about what they did.
And if they made you feel bad, well, suck it up, Buttercup.
And I didn't dig that at all. That wasn't cool with me. So I walked away, and I was okay with walking away. And then a friend of mine, Josh at Citadel Games, he had been trying to get into 40K at his store, and he didn't have a community for it. And so he gave it up. And when he gave it up, he handed me a 7th edition box set, and he handed me the Imperial Zone, the 6-piece floor plates, the set. You guys saw me paint one of them earlier this year. He handed me those. He's like, "Here, dude, you need these. You can use these. You go with them. You go for they're yours." So I'm like, okay, well, I can paint them and I can turn them into cool stuff. There's a GW store in here in town. Let me go by there and just see how things are there. And me and the Kender, we went to that store because she wasn't really interested in the hobby yet. And we went to the store and we talked to the manager at the store for about 2 minutes. And when he understood I was a returning gamer that knew the game and understood the lore, but was still, he was like, okay, well, here's the 40K stuff. These are the guys. This is the stuff there. Go ahead and take a look around and just go look. Talk to people. And then he took the Kender and walked her away from me because she had never played miniature wargaming before. She had never done anything like that before. And he took her, and before he showed her anything, he talked to her about what did she like. He was talking to her about, what kind of things do you like? What kind of things are you interested in? And he zeroed in on the kind of stuff she liked. And he's like, well, okay, take a look at this and tell me what you think. And he started showing her things based on what she liked. And he was super welcoming. And
no, that's me. I'm the one who signed it. He's talking about our roommate, the Kender. I'm Lady Dragon.
Yes.
Not the Kender. I am nowhere near that short. Thank you.
So, and he as a person really impressed me. And now, delicious.
Oh, not drinking that now.
Why not? It's just paint. It's non-toxic.
Just
throw it all
put my paintbrush in my...
The fizz will get that paintbrush clean.
No, it didn't.
So he took her and he talked to her about what she liked. And that day I went walking around, and the first people I talked to were Jordan, who shows up on the channel sometimes here, and a pair of people that are in here right now, Tina and Ben. And I have never felt more welcome, like friendly welcome, walking into a commercial building. I mean, this is a store. And the people there were so...
No, PG-13 doesn't give you that.
And they were so welcoming and so nice. And the nice thing about it was that they were not the exception. They were a great example, but they were not the exception of the people in that store.
No, everybody is.
And that was just amazing. I mean, I was like, okay, you know what? If this is what the community is like, then yeah, see, it's all just flavor. Drink your freaking soda.
Except for we are currently set for being non-child friendly. 18 or over.
No, we're not. We're set for child friendly, but we said we're made for adults. So that was the thing. I was like, this is really cool. And then there's another game store in town, the one where I got that Age of Sigmar, the original box, Game Universe. I went by there.
First time I was in that store, I felt like everybody was looking at me like, what the heck is a woman doing here? What does she think she's doing? And then I realized it was, oh my God, it's a woman. What do we do?
Because there was very few ladies in that store, but it became very apparent. It became really apparent because a couple of ladies that were there were treated really nice. And unfortunately, if you've been in the hobby a long time, there is a stereotype that you will see in some gamers where they're not very welcoming to outsiders. They're not very welcoming to females. Because what do they know about the hobby? How are they going to play a war game? They don't know anything about this. What are they going to do with my idea? And it's a dumb stereotype. And anytime I've ever had anybody in my social group that ever even remotely was like that, they were either quickly corrected or removed from the company. And that's the thing. I've been very lucky that my social group of gamers is honestly about 50-50 male female.
Yeah.
Of the outside of the gaming outside of the gaming store. So this other gaming store didn't have a lot of female gamers, but the guys there were so...
Once they got used to me and they realized I was a gamer, yeah, pretty much it was very much like that. It was almost like they didn't know what to do with me. And then once they realized I was just as nerdy as them, they were absolutely cool. One of the workers there, if I'm there while he's playing, he always makes it a point to come over and talk with me and see what I'm doing. What's my
he's constantly giving her painting tips and talking to her about painting. He's a great guy.
Oh yeah. I adore him.
And then one of the other guys that shows up every once in a while, Chris, she talks Dark Elves and Drukhari with him all the time because that's his faction that he loves playing. And he loved talking to her about it. It's like, oh, we should 2-on-2 against your husband.
Which I was hoping to do with the start of this.
Atomic Dog, what's up, my man?
Yeah, I was hoping to be able to get in because League started up again. However, because of
life, we just have not been able. I really want to go back to League, but like this is the last week of 500 points.
Yeah, and I don't have 1,000 points.
Yeah, well,
ready.
Yeah, you don't have it ready.
And the problem is I need another succubus, and one of my succubuses
melted into a puddle
with half of her witches. Don't mind me. I'm just
show us cornlord. I want to see your cornlord.
Give me just a minute. I'm actually doing his sign.
She's touching up on him. She goes, yeah. Yeah. See, here's the thing, Atomic Dog. What you don't realize, well, you do models, so give me the glue. You'll understand this.
Ow! Son of a freaking assassin.
Kill Team is a great game. It is a great game. So You may recognize this glue, Tommy Doc. Now here's the thing.
I broke a bottle.
What happened was this part snapped off. Hey, Squig Boss! This part of the knob snapped off inside of the box that she had her succubus and a couple other of her witches in.
I had a half a built squad of witches.
So the bottle poured out inside the box, and we didn't find it for at least a day or two later. So this stuff is really good. I think this is the same stuff as the GW glue. I think it's actually a little stronger. And what happened was all the models got soaked in the glue and just bleh. So we peeled out a mass. I wish we'd actually kept it because I would have used it for a base or something. I would have put it on a 60mm base. It'd have been great because it was just this glob of plastic with hands and faces coming out of it like, ah! I'd have loved to use it for like my Demon Lord. That'd have been hilarious. She'd never forgive me if I'd done it anyhow. Yeah, turn it into rain.
It did cross my mind, actually.
So yeah, her succubus was at the center of the pile, so all that was left was her hair.
So I need another one, unfortunately.
So, and there's a couple stores around the area that actually have the kill. You can't get the succubus except online, but there's a couple stores around the area that still have the succubus from Kill Team leader, which also give her Kill Team rules for it anyhow, which isn't a big deal. It's just extra tokens and fun stuff, but would get us a one we can get our hands on right here now.
Sorry, very
absolutely super plastic glue. I gotta ask you, Al. Pro Weld. I have not tried Pro Weld. We have to look into it. I was actually one of the guys that talks about that. I look at his stuff a lot. He talks about some stuff. Just a Tamiya super thin. And how good is that? I mean, you'd know if anybody did. How good is Tamiya super thin, or do you just use Pro Weld? Because the Tamiya super thin looks pretty good from what we can tell. The nice thing, it has that nice little brush applicator so you can put it right on where you want. And then one of the tricks I learned about and one of the things I've heard about Tamiya that I like is the fact that if you get down to the bottom of the jar and you go buy yourself a new bottle, you can take a bunch of sprue pieces and throw them in the bottom of the bottle and let it just goop into there, and you've now got putty, like really, really good putty. So, and like for working on vehicles and whatnot, that can be really useful. So I would love to get your input on that. So we do need to get together and talk. The nice thing about this stuff, honestly, I can get this stuff at Menards by my house when I'm going and buying other stuff, and it's yeah, it's about $5 a bottle, so it's cheap. Yeah, no, I know that, but like I said, I was told one of the Zapagap. Yeah, okay. I've heard good things about Zapagap. The thing, like I said, the Tamiya throwing the bits of sprue in the bottom of the jar, and you get this really good putty for filling gaps. Those of you that have worked on heavier pieces of resin figures know that those gaps can be pretty nasty at times. So
it's a nice cheap alternative to the green stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still not entirely comfortable with green stuff. I'm still working on it somewhat. Man, he put this paint on here so thick. It's just gross. I may have to get a stronger brush. Oh. Now, admittedly, if I'm working on a piece that I can hide it with, I mean, I'll still use the good old-fashioned
Hello.
Vallejo acrylic filler.
I do not believe I
I'll have to look at that one. one of the nice things is because I do have a a family hobby store near me, plus Hobby Lobby, plus um, I'm one of these guys that I don't. If I can avoid ordering it online, I do. I there Kreitschel Bringer. Hello.
Something burger.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. I actually like Milliput. But hold up.
So here he is. I was just touching up some of his armor. Originally, I had him in a lot more of the Screaming Bell bronzish gold. And then I decided that as the commander, I wanted to add more actual bronzy bronze to him, a little less red, so that he had that whole, this is the commander. So, here he is. For now. I've got still some more stuff to do. I gotta fill in the, I gotta mess with the bone area on him real quick.
Gotta still do some washes and stuff.
Yeah, I haven't done. I'm not even finished with his base because I still have to do his cape. I just haven't decided what I want to do his cape in.
And yeah, I'm gonna throw this back out there. Actually, once we're done and this video goes up in the future, I'm actually gonna put a link up there because Al's Hobby Cave on Facebook. I mean, I look at his stuff all the time. It's absolutely amazing. Just like I said, I look at his stuff. I'm lucky enough that I've been actually able to go to his house and see his workbench. His workbench was a lot of the inspiration for how I did mine. They really like it. Looks good. So,
sorry, I was just replying to Hellchild.
Yeah.
All right, and Zane said he got some stuff up. So, oh, hello, there it is, right there.
All right, cool. I'll have to look at that, Donk Dog. For those of you that are orc friends, that's the one thing I want to point out. That box with these, that second edition box with all these Marines, it also comes with a huge contingent of orcs and grots. So that decision has been made for me. I don't think she's doing great too.
Thank you. Sorry, I was replying to some people that on Instagram that were.
We are live, the decision has been made for me with the amount of orcs that I've put together.
One of our sickies.
Yeah, the amount of orcs I've got put together and the amount of orcs I got sitting on my bench. My Xenos army is going to be orcs. I'm going to do an orcish army. Yep.
Orcs.
I'm going to do orcs eventually. I got to get to them. They're a little bit down the road. We'll start them off small. I'm just start them as a kill team. But yeah, I think I'm going to do orcs. Yeah, we're gonna wog it up. I mean, I love the orcs. I've always loved the orcs. I mean, I think one of the first things when I have the hobby money, because I know where I can get a still copy of it lying around, I want to get a copy of Speed Freaks because I want to build all those vehicles.
You made Atomic Dog Affair.
Yeah, well, I mean, orcs are great. Orcs and Marines were what this started this whole game. So that's the thing. I want to do the orcs. I know it's not considered a really great hit, but I think it'll be fun for building purposes. I think with what it has, I want to get the Apocalypse box. It has there's a bunch of Killicans in it and a couple of Death Dreads. It's got a bunch of their mecha and stuff, and I'm like, that's a great way to get a bunch of their mecha. And okay, it's not the most competitive stuff. I'm not a competitive player. I play competitively, but let's talk about competitive. I mean, let's talk about competitive. I play Space Wolves, not competitive. I play Death Guard, not competitive. I play Imperial Guard, or starting to. They are competitive, but I'm not going to ITC. They're the second best army in the game right now.
Really?
Yeah, Imperial Guard are gross. You put enough flashlights on somebody, eventually you'll get them in the face. Well, I'm gonna tell you, the big thing when I want to do my orcs, I want to do as my guy Winters SEO does on his channel, I want to use the clan culture that lets them get rerolls because they're lucky. That's the guys I want to use. So, because they're lucky. I'll reroll this because they're lucky. So I don't know who they are. Again, I don't even have a codex yet or anything like that. I got to find out what their paint scheme is and whatnot. But those are the guys I want to do. I want to do the reroll guys. So I've got a single pack that the original Kill Team box for them, which I don't even remember who those guys are. But then I've got a bunch of these old orcs and a bunch of the old grots, and using grot shields. And I want to have a bunch of battle wagons. I want to make mechanized orcs. I want to have orcs that just kind of. And see, that's the great thing. There's so many good orcs out there. I mean, there's so many great orc kits out there. Cromlech and Spellcrow make some really great orky bits. I know one of the big projects I want to do, and I can say this with Alan here. We were talking about this before. I want to get either a Burner Obama or a Dakajet, and I'm going to have Al paint it up, and he'll tell by the miniature. He'll see what I mean. It's not going to be a clean looking jet, but I'm going to have him paint it as if he was painting a World War II Messerschmitt, like a 109. Except instead of where they have the symbols for the kills on the side, I want to put little Marine helmets or something like that. We'll talk about it when we get to that point. But I really want to have him do that because I would love to have him and his unbelievable skills. And I know you guys go out on Facebook and go to the Hobby Cave. That's the page my brother runs. Just look at the stuff he does out there. You'll see why I kind of go on and on and on and on about how good he is, because
he's really good.
His skills are from a modeler standpoint. They really are. He's an incredible modeler, and I think if we were to get his skills into the hobby, I'll be honest, and I mean this straight up. I think if I was to get him, say, a knight or a Helverin or even like a Mephiston, something like that, and have him go, I just want you to paint this as crazy as you can paint this. I mean, he could easily, honestly, I think he'd be a Golden Demon winner like that. I think he'd win a Golden Demon pretty early into painting. I think people would see his stuff and just freak. So, who is off screen? Yes, Zane. That is the child.
It's Will.
It's Will.
Identify yourself. Hi, Zane.
It's the sickling.
I'm not the only sickling in the house.
Well, we're all the
there
sicklings.
is, I'm not. For once. I'm getting over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to school. I know.
Yeah, Ray actually.
I only have to deal with 2 days. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, Ray actually.
Sticking behind.
Your cousin says
Speaking
hi.
of, okay, so because we as a family have already celebrated our Thanksgiving, it has been decided that we will probably end up, yes, Nurgle loves my family. But what we're probably going to end up doing is on this upcoming Thursday is we are going to be live streaming most of the day.
Yeah.
Not usually. We understand that you all have prior functions and whatnot, so just come in when you can. We're fine. We'll probably just be building and painting.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to be sitting and painting because I've got a bunch of my Stormcast to paint. So I'm just going to probably, whenever I get up, because we got nothing set aside that day. So when I get up, I'm going to come into here, grab my shower, get dressed, come in here, sit down with my figures and my paints.
Turn on the turkey.
Yeah.
But you can go and enjoy your turkey.
And I'm just going to turn on the camera, go live, and paint all day and chant.
That's all we're planning on doing.
Yeah, I'm not going to be here because I'm Probably gonna be at a friend's house.
Yes, Baby Dragon has got plans actually with a friend, which I am totally cool. Turkey morning one?
Yeah, it'll be like morning. It'll probably be like 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock Central probably when because I'm going to sleep in because I'm not an idiot. So when is this? Jar Jar. In the U.S., this coming Thursday is a national holiday. So none of us will be at work. So it's called Thanksgiving. It's the day we celebrated that
the British, first time the
British
Americans
didn't
lied to the Native Americans.
Didn't die. But yeah, it's basically just a family holiday, and so like this Thursday, probably like 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I don't know what that is worldwide. You're gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, we were planning on just turning it on, and
we're gonna go on. We're gonna start painting, and I'll be painting and building if I can build stuff.
Not quite saying the shooting happened later.
But it'll be on all day. And if I walk away, it'll probably be like I'll walk away and she'll slide in front of the camera.
Or I'll just be sitting here.
Yeah, food day.
Yeah, food day.
Yeah.
Big food day.
Yeah, big food day. Oh my god. So tired. All right. So that being said, we are at the 1.5 hour mark, which is pretty much I'm pumpkining at this point. So
as I'm just sitting here. Wow.
What?
75 turkeys.
For catering.
But yeah, no, we'll be around on Thursday, so don't worry about that.
Yeah. I love turkey. Actually, it's one of my favorites. So that being said, we're gonna call it here for the night. I'm going to ask y'all once again, smash that like button.
Ring that bell. Subscribe if you are not already.
Go ahead and share it with your friends. And she hasn't looked at it yet. We'll be talking about it.
I actually did look at the Inquisitorial. So if he heads out, I may stick around just a little bit longer because I do have some questions for everybody that I would like to ask while you go pumpkin.
Are you going to take over the stream? All right. I'm going to go. I'm going to turn this over to Lady Dragon. We're good.
Close up your simple green just because it's making me sick.
Yeah.
I currently can't smell. So,
yeah. I guess I'm
sitting right here with all the simple green fumes, and it's like.
I'll probably sit with you guys a bit.
Yeah. Well, same with her. I'm gonna go lay down.
I said good. I said the people on the screen.
Non-prepared foreigners. I like that one. Like a child.
Big D got the poop. Yeah, I'm out. I'm gonna go lay down and sleep. I'm going to give my last thoughts, though. Thanksgiving's an important day, at least in America.
Even if it's not about, like...
Be thankful for what you got. I've got a great wife. I got almost great kids.
Wow. Stereotypical father there.
I have a bunch of great friends, and I have a great hobby. And I love being able to share it with all of you. So, we'll see y'all Tuesday for our regular live stream.
Yes.
And then I will see y'all on Thursday, whoever makes it. Remember, I'm going to say it one last time. Smash that like, ring that bell, share it with your friends, tell people about me on Facebook. And if you're so inclined, we do have a Patreon. $1 a month will tell me you love me. $3 a month will tell you you love me. And you're going to hang out with me when I'm not on camera. So
$5 a month. $10 a month. We'll give you the third level where you get to not only hang out with us in a private Discord server,
but once a quarter, I'll be giving stuff away.
Yes, you are eligible for our drawings. So with that, as he's leaving, we're going to do a shout out to the 3 Patreons that we do have right now.
Heinrich Botha.
Thank you so much.
My very first guy there.
We've got Inquisitor Zane, level 2, our first level 2 person. Thank you so much. And to the Commodore, who is our dragon brother. So
thank you so much, all 3 of you. Thank you so much for the rest of you, too. You guys are all amazing, and you're wonderful, and you remind me of why I do this hobby. So I'm going to turn this over to Lady Dragon, and I'm going to go to bed. So
yes, you go feel better, because he has work tomorrow.
Yeah.
I kind of don't. Kind of do.
I have school.
Why am I getting
slide Okay. Peace out, y'all.
Hello. Now you guys are actually stuck with me. So sorry, not sorry. You and apparently the plague carrier.
I am not the plague carrier anymore.
So excuse you. So you guys are gonna have to deal with me for a minute because he clutters up his side and it drives me bananas. I mean, like, holy crap, it drives me bananas. I need someplace to put these, and I don't know where his. So we normally have these. We go down to the dollar store and we get the plastic storage containers that we actually use as our crafting boxes. That way, my jackass cats can't knock stuff on the floor like they were doing to my witches, which is my your brain is partially broken because they knocked her over and then decided to play with her, and why my poor corn lord is missing his foot because they knocked him over and one of my dogs went, tasty. So fun times there.
Do you want the box?
Yeah, let's give me back the box. Yes, I have actually 3 cats. They're all Maine Coon blooded, actually. Please not right now. You're more than welcome to keep it. But one of them, her name is Wasabi. She is she's a wonderful cat.
Her personality isn't her name.
She's a sweet thing. You're mourning the beautiful paint job that went when the dog ate the foot, not the corn dude exactly. So yes. All right, here we go. And hi. So one of the things I actually wanted to talk to everybody about is I have decided I want to do an Imperial Army for 40K. And the problem is I cannot decide if I want to make a Custodes while continuing with my strippers that I created based on if the Emperor had text-to-speech, or if I want to build a Salamanders army because both groups are actually really interesting. I almost want to do Blood Angels.
I don't think they count as good guy.
But I don't want to be that, well, my husband plays werewolves. Kind of girl. I want Mephisto. I want to paint him because he is so amazing. But oh no, I still have my alien army, and Thousand Suns will be my Chaos army.
No one can ever convert her to anything.
Yeah, the Blood Angels are basically space vampires, and it's one of those, I kind of like their lore. I really like their Primarch. I think he's really cool. But they're vampires. They can go out during the day. But they don't sparkle, so.
Why they don't burn sparkle? Well, technically they can sparkle because metal and sun.
Well, technically, when they're out, we can't guarantee that they're actually out in the sun because they're out in space. So. Anyway.
Well, it's a turn.
So, Dave, you're doing a Salamander. I mean, I'm not a competitor. I don't play competitive-wise. I play just for funsies, and I love... They're one of my armies. I plan on doing 3. I'm going to do a Xenos, an Imperial, and a Chaos. I'm doing the same thing with Age of Sigmar. I've got my Chaos, which are these guys. I'm doing a Death, which are my Nighthaunt, and then I have to decide who I want for Order. Originally, it was the Stormcast, but we know how that went. So it's like, well, who do I want to play? Do I want to play the Daughters of Cain? Or which is like the Order version of Khorne? Or do I want to play the blind deep sea elves? Who knows? No, I will not do Dark Angels because that's actually the Kenders. She actually has a Dark Angels group. I'm not sure. Yeah, the Deepkin are beautiful. I love them, and I can think of so many different. I mean, like painting them like tropical fish instead of that white skin deep sea thing. Oh man, that would be so pretty. Because as most of you know, I'm not exactly conventional. I want to paint a box of sisters, which are, if I'm not mistaken, the actual boxes are supposed to be hitting the shelves next month for the new ones. I do actually have a Celestine here in the house. It technically belongs to the Kinder, but I don't know what's going on I want to paint her.
I wouldn't promise anything.
So, but yeah, no, so I'm trying to think, what do I want to continue my stripper custodians?
That'd be fun.
Or do I want to do salamanders because Vulcan lives?
I think I'm just gonna keep with my Emperor's Guard and my Slanesh stuff. Yes, I'm a heretic. I know.
Emperor's Children.
Even though there's...
I could probably very easy do the fire vampires. You have no idea.
There's a couple cool ones that I've thought about once I finish mine.
Come on in. Just not too close because I don't want whatever plague you're carrying.
I am okay. All I have right now is just pain. I don't think I'm sick anymore. Just in pain.
You're all hearing this, right?
Well,
actually, there was a salamander army that I had thought about doing. It's an offset, but the problem is because there is. Oh, that's just awesome. Yes, red and gold is super fun, and yeah, for whatever reason, my child is fascinated by Fulgrim and Slanesh, and it makes me
they're so cool.
Kind of makes me a little worried as a parent. For she who thirsts.
At least I haven't made Nurgle. At least I'm not completely fascinated with Nurgle.
Unlike my husband.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like my idea for you guys. I did have a idea for a group of salamanders. However, the problem with salamanders, they are space marines and women are not space marines. They're hoping that Mike say,
I've thought about it. It's pretty. I really like. I just really like the idea of them.
We're not talking about that. We already have.
We already have one. Basement.
Okay, moving on. I have thought about the Sisters of Silence. Yes, Jim. I have. Bye, Commodore. For the love of the Emperor, behave yourself. He is behaving himself badly. I have thought about Sisters of Silence, but that's Inquisition, kinda, and Imperial Guard.
Sisters of Silence, actually.
The Sisters of Silence are basically the other hand of the Custodes.
I know. I've looked at.
But yes, Jamjar, that was what I was thinking about, is doing a female Space Marine based on one of the two Lost Primarchs. But I'm not sure I would be able to get that one to fly by traditionalists because apparently girls are icky.
He is, though.
I'm still trying to learn about the Primarchs, so I'm not super familiar with a lot of them. The ones that I'm currently very familiar with is I am familiar with Lorgar. I'm familiar with, of course, Russ because hubby. I know Magnus. Actually, I'm quite interested in Magnus.
I gotta say that Magnus's model currently, it's so cool.
Both his the heresy and post-heresy models for him are actually really cool.
Yeah.
I know a little bit about the Lion. I know a little bit about Rogel.
Sanguinius?
I don't really actually know that much about Sanguinius, but I do know a bit about Vulcan, which was one of the reasons why I was taken with the Salamanders, because he's actually kind of cool. And their whole outlook on life is just really awesome. And
my dad handed me 2 books, and I read them. So there was that, and it's just one of those. I mean, the more I learn, the more intrigued I get by the different groups. I mean, there are some groups I can't stand. I really don't like the Iron Fists. But that is Perturabo. Is it Perturabo? how you're gonna have to forgive me, Bringer. I'm gonna guess you're German based on some of your wording. So I am. No, I don't think Magnus did a bloody thing wrong. I think Magnus got the short end of the stick, and Horace Howland took just. He wolfed him over, man. He wolfed him over.
Yeah.
Really hardcore, hoping to. I'm not sure if Horace was deliberately trying to get Magnus either A, killed, or B, to join him when he issued the order to Layman to kill him instead of bring him in the way that he was originally, Horace was originally told to do. Magnus was just trying to protect their father and protect the Imperium and his planet. I mean, he was just trying to protect his people, and I don't think he did anything wrong either. So that's my personal opinion. Based on what I know, I think that, in all honesty, if anybody wants to blame anybody, it's Lorgar's fault. This is all Lorgar's fault.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So, if I do end up doing my ladies, Perturabo's Iron Warriors. Thank you, Mike. I can never remember. I'm still learning, and I do know that the Iron Warriors and the Imperial Fist do not like each other because, for whatever reason, Perturabo has a chip on his shoulder towards Rogel Dorn. I also learned, and this for those of you who've been playing for a while, and it makes me feel kind of stupid, I did not know Marines had acidic spit. I don't know why. It entertains me. Yes, they have acidic spit. The only ones who don't are the Imperial Fist. The Sons of Dorn don't have it. They also, unlike other Marines, cannot be placed in suspended animation for whatever reason. That's my guess is why Horace did that. Is I think he was either A, if he couldn't convert Magnus to his side, he was going to kill him. But that's mine. Ooh, sweet deal. I will look at that. All right.
But I think, like, I have a couple guys that I've looked at.
Oh my god, I want that.
Wait. Oh, that's so great. That's so amazing.
Oh my gosh, I want that so bad. That is so awesome. A Rebel Grot army. This one might like that.
Huh?
Grots are orcs.
Oh,
I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, orc players. Grot talks about orcs, correct? Sorry.
like, my dad has talked about, like, orcs, and I always found the concept of, like, the fact that they're
Okay.
And it's like, I really like the idea of, like, gosh, I don't know, but
So Will's trying to figure out the words that they want to use.
I suck at words.
I don't know if it's that Dorn looks down on his superior brother or if it's just he doesn't care. And Zane, yes, I did actually look at that. I thought that was really impressive as well. I mean, that was a super impressive army. And I think you said that wasn't all of it. I thought it was great. So thank you for sharing that with me. I don't think you're completely corrupted. And like I said, you're just getting to know your enemy. I mean, after all, know thy enemy is a valued and time-honored tradition in war. How the heck do you think I know how to play against Nurgle with the elves?
Yeah.
Run away!
I think that's kind of the wording is like, it's kind of the thing with the keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. Know your enemies, know how they work, know how.
Okay. A Garrote Rebel Army actually sounds kind of like fun. I
Yeah.
have thought about doing a completely blasphemous melee-based Tau army. They're squishier than my witches.
There's things that are squishier than your witches.
Tau, if you sneeze on them, at least that's what I've
Yeah, so
heard. I am not a Tau player. I just know that D tried to paint some Tau and ended up throwing his hands in the air because they all look the same. And I told him that was racist.
I'll just give up on the wording. I like the thing with the colors. How certain colors make certain things do certain.
I have thought about doing that, Dave, actually. I do have a female Imperial Army for the Fenrisian Home Guard that I just got D to give me back. They were mine. And the only reason I'm not painting them right now is because no built for November. And they're not nearly kit bashed enough for my taste. I love building display boards. I love doing terrain. And I love kit bashing. What's wrong with me? Give in. Do it.
Yeah, but I've only thought about the Silent Sisters. I thought about them.
The Sisters of Silence.
So-
Yeah.
I get words mixed up.
You're fine. Child has been very sick for many days and forced themselves to. Okay, speaking of orc stuff, you orc players are gonna love this. So I play this, and disclaimer: we are in no way, shape, or form sponsored by these guys, but it is an app game called Raid Shadow Legends. Lots of fun, and I'm playing it the other night, and I was getting my butt kicked, and I went, "Oh my god, I need more DACA." I literally yelled.
Dave's giving me ideas.
Actually, there is a Sisters of Silence Slaneshi group.
No.
There is also a corn, which I want female cornates. I want to make female cornates. And to release my anger, I am. Why do you think I'm going with these guys?
The cornet, just like some of the models of especially certain things of chaos, which is another reason why I really like Sigmar and chaos stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It just the models of them are just so cool. I love the certain way that some of the models are. Well, it's hard to say. Marines, there's a lot of the only differences are like symbols when it comes to look.
How many more words are you gonna add just so that it's a list of S words, Zane? I'm just curious because I want to see how far you go with this. Because we've got
slimy, sexy Slaneshi sisters.
try and say that 3 times fast when you're drunk, ladies and gentlemen. To those of you, by the way, I'm sorry if I'm not nearly as entertaining as Big D.
That's
I
why
do
I'm
apologize.
Because my mess ups give people humor.
I am not even going to reply to that. But so, but yeah, no. So there you go. You could always do some Slaneshi. Oh, excuse me, Sisters of Battle. I'm doing some cornate ones. The permanent PMS. Be afraid.
Slippery, slimy, stripper, silent, and sexy Slaneshi sisters.
I'm literally sitting there going, there is not enough DACA. How am I supposed to kill this? Because it's an arena thing in this game, and it's a lot of fun. Because basically you set your defense, and then other people can come and fight your arena, and that's the only PvP. I actually have Severina Rain Squib. I also have Inquisitor Gryfax, which I'm going to be kit bashing to be the company commander of my Fenrisian Home Guard. So,
but if you've seen when there were genders,
there
the
are
female ones were so freaking cute.
And that's the one who says the F-bomb. It wasn't me today.
I said freaking.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Who sound off? Who heard the F-bomb?
I said freaking.
No, the only time there was a gender with the orcs was in Blood Bowl.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
He's Atomic Dog is talking about 40K.
I don't. No, I'm just saying that when I did see them, they were so freaking cute.
Okay, let's see. We got new one. Silent,
Silent,
slimy, slippery, sensual, sexy, stripper, Slaneshi sisters.
Wait, silent, slimy,
That's
slippery,
that's
sexual,
actually
sexy strippers, and
that's actually worse than how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Hi, boy.
So I'm going back to painting while we do this. So yeah, I can't do an orc army because that's hubby's, and I try not to step on toes in the family house. Kinder has their Dark Angels, so I won't mess with that. I almost thought about doing Corbin's group, but then I went, that is just way too emo for me. Big E wants to do a Tyranid army, and he wants to paint them so bad. Oh, we gotta go watch wrestling. Go, Mike. Enjoy, have fun, and no, we're not doing the Macaroni Sisters of Nurgle. I'll explain later. All I'm gonna say is maggots.
Oh, okay. I was just confused by the macaroni part.
There we go.
Sounds like when I'm mixing noodles.
Yep, pretty much. Banhammer. All right, so but yeah, so I thought I would ask you guys, because most of you are more experienced players. I have literally played a total of 5 matches in Guild Team, and that's it. I've done one Warcry match, which was a lot of fun, but I had the get out of dodge thing, and I'm playing the Cypher Lords. So, are you being serious, Zane, or are you going to try and make the, you know, noob answer that question?
I could just go get my brother.
Dang, man. Okay, so Kill Team is a small... So then why are you asking me what it is if you're not going to acknowledge its existence? Child. Upset the head. Actually, Kill Team is how I learn which groups I like. Which was how I ended up learning that Custodes are gross. So a lot of the stuff is, I go, well, I want to try this. So let's do a Kill Team version of it so I can kind of get a basic idea of how they run, because Kill Team and 40K do actually have different ways of running stuff. So I always want to know. Kill Team is basically, according to lore, they are small squad on squad skirmishes between factions, or even between, it's supposed to be between factions, but you know, you can still have wolves and Custodes fighting each other. So, and the Custodes will win, as I learned.
Yep.
But so, and there are missions to them if you want. Otherwise, it's just a straight up battle between them. It runs very similar to 40K, just on a smaller scale, and it only goes 4 rounds, and that's it. For me, and
so smaller and usually shorter.
Yeah, usually actually much shorter. It is a wonderful way, in my opinion, to introduce people to 40K completely.
The difference between moist and macaroni.
Okay, wait, no. Stop encouraging him. Do not encourage him more. Yes, you can actually do orcs in Kill Team. Let me see here, because I have the Kill Team source book right here, because this is actually how we got back into it, and you can actually play pretty much anyone.
Dad handed me that and said, read.
And here is the orcs rules. So
Google now.
So different groups, and you can have a specialist, acolytes. Acolytes are inquisitors. Are they considered adeptus militarum or Astartes? I actually don't know. Their Inquisition. Inquisition falls under, what's their keywords? I'm still learning this stuff. The Inquisition might have, let's see, Dark Elder, Chaos Marines, Mechanicus, Space Marines, Death Watch, Grey Knights, screw you. Death Watch is the first game I ever played, and Imperial Guard. We have tabs, so I'm looking at them. Thousand Suns, Chaos Marines. What are you? You are probably something on the Chaos front. Death Guard. Yep. Eldar, Dark Eldar.
You want me to look through it?
Yeah, I got to get him some better post-it notes, man. Harlequins. Gene
I never thought
stealers.
about Harlequins.
Do they steal jeans? You're gonna die. Tau and orcs. So the Inquisition may fall under the Adeptus guys. So I'm just looking. Paladins? I don't honestly know. Because I'm trying to figure out what they would fall under, because I've got Imperial Guards, I've got Space Marines, and I've got the Adeptus Militarum. Because that's what the Astra Militarum is actually what my Scions fall under. So inquisitorial underwear. So I am actually not sure which. I don't think they fall under that. Hold on. Let's see, here we go. We got Ultramarines, Imperial Fist, White Scars, Raven Guard, Blood Angels, Iron Hands, Salamanders, Dark Angels, Space Wolves. So no, they do not fall under that. Astra Militarum are... Okay, not you guys. Here we go. Astra Militarum. Keywords Imperium, Tempestus Infantry. You know, to answer your question, I would have to go and check. And I don't know what knobs is, in all honesty. I'm still very much a learner here, so.
That would be questions to bookmark and save for.
And look them up later so I can potentially try and answer them, or if somebody else in chat can actually answer them. I don't know how to answer your question, Squid Boss, because I don't know what that is. Oh, can you play? They're the big ones. If they're considered elites, it is very possible. They did recently release rules for elites into the kill team, which is pretty much all anybody ever plays now. So, and I don't know. I'm not familiar with elites either, considering I have 2 kill teams that I've played. I've got my Custodes, my 3-man Custodes, and I have my Jukari, which I got my butt handed to them. Hey, Battle Scrap. Yeah, that's right. Battle Scrap can always answer all freaking questions. Oh. Sly Marbo in kill team is 55 points. I find that kind of interesting. Sorry, I've got he's got the kill team. Big D's got the kill team on his second screen because he was helping me build my Tempestus Scion group. So Sly Marbo. I was pretty sure I'd never heard of the character until I was watching the text-to-speech, of course, which is where I learned a lot of the stuff that I know, like about the Death Watch and the White Scars. they're there. So that's a lot of
Like
fun.
crack grenades. A very amusing name.
Crack grenades.
Crack grenades.
Yeah. The Voxcaster, I was like, why would you want to be a Voxcaster in battle? Yeah, Slime Arbo is a little crazy. Little crazy.
That's why his name is Marble. Because he's lost his marbles.
No,
I'm
he's
joking,
actually
I'm joking.
named that because if you take the bow, switch the Mar around, and then turn Mar, switch it around. So what's
Rambo.
who was he played by? And the child gets it.
No, I was doing.
No, that's literally
I
what the
was
character's
doing-
based on.
Because it sounds like you're trying to be like Marble.
Oh, no, well, Rambo is kind of. So yes,
When you were talking in the middle of a sentence, you're like, oh.
so yes. I want that character just to paint him, and the little sentient plant that I was like, why does he have an Aubrey with him? Because that's what it looks like. It looks like the Aubrey from. It looks like Aubrey
Yeah,
from
it looks
Little Shop
like
of Horrors.
Aubrey too.
Yeah, it from Little Shop of Horrors. So what is it? Aubrey 5, 6? I don't know. And I was like, oh look, he's got a
200.
pet.
There's a lot of Aubreys. So.
Well, we're talking about the plant.
Yeah.
You know, the mutant.
Talk,
Apparently, the mutant plant comes from the world of 40K. Who knew?
well, considering
So
at
yes.
the end of the actual musical, thousands and thousands of Aubreys sprout up. Might
And
be.
there's a reason I've never seen that.
Oh no, not the movie. The movie makes everyone happy at the end. Ugh.
Yeah, vehicles are not allowed in Kill Team. No vehicles. And you only have like 100 points to mess with, I think. I believe, yes. 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 Kill Team is 100 points. So
Basically, you have to be very sparing.
yeah, you have to be very spare. You
Looks like
basically
100 points, yeah.
basically when you do it, you just, I mean, you know your guys, so you know what you want to put together with it. Again, I apologize. I'm more of a painter on the aspects, so I'm not the most knowledgeable in this, so I do apologize to everybody. Still on the learning curve, but I mean, I can tell you how I did.
At least it's a curve instead of just a line. You're not learning anything.
I mean, I can tell you what. Paint 100 Marines. That you're talking to the wrong person. That's D.
He's the one that could be like, give me army.
I am a little picky about how I do, which is one of the reasons why I paint so slowly, because I unfortunately look at little details, which drives my husband batty.
And that's just with the figures.
Yeah, I mean, I love
Drives the whole family crazy with it about other things.
like all my paintings.
Sure.
How is me being a slow painter drive the rest
No,
of the family
that's
crazy?
a soul painter thing.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna not talk to you right now. I'm gonna kick somebody off the air.
Actually, I was just totally
I can talk to D about that one for you, Zane. Because that's kind of his thing. I've never actually painted a Marine.
Yeah, and I'm usually painting.
I mean, I
Chaos Marines.
want to paint a set of Marines all wearing crystallized armor.
Oh, that sounds really cool.
Like they found a world that they're I want to find a world where they found a technology that imitates theirs or interfaces very easily with their with their tech. However, it grows in a crystalline way. So you've got these guys that are wearing like, different colored depending on what type of Marine or unit they are, crystalline armor. And I think it would be a lot of fun. And every single time I have bothered to buy myself one of the quick sets of Marines, somebody keeps taking them down. I was making a joke because I watched the show Steven Universe. I was like, look, here are the Crystal Marines. They'll always save the day. And if you think they can't, well, Exterminatus comes your way.
I was like, well, to shoot you in the face.
No. And if you think we can't, well, we'll always find a way. So, but see, using that type of technology, which from what I've been told, and please correct me if I'm wrong, is that put that down because that one is mine. Is that the Death Watch actually are known for using alien technology to help them better fight against enemies. No, you may not have that. Of Xeno and mutants and heretics. Zane, you're the resident on that kind of stuff, so I don't really know. What I know about them, the only thing I know about really the Death Watch is that they are very angry. And I do know that apparently in one of the novels, their leader, Sigma, something, made Dorn very angry, and Dorn actually told him to please bear in mind that they are not his sons, which leads to a theory that I've heard about is that they are actually members of the Second Legion from one of the two Primarchs that nobody knows about, and that's why they're so angry. What is the Legion of the Damned? I'm not familiar with this. I heard about the Knights of Malice. Stupid bug. So, like I said, still learning here, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll probably end up doing that later because I like to paint. And so yeah, like I said, I'm still kind of new at a lot of this. I very much enjoy the painting. I do want to start actually doing some painting videos, kind of explaining how I do some of my stuff and whatnot because I'm crazy and trying to just entertain people while Big D is laying down. Because if I try and get off, Zane will probably send me hate mail. No, I'm starting to think that maybe Zane's the only person in here and I'm like boring everybody else because Zane's the only person really talking to me. So maybe I chased everybody off. Oh well. Note to self, don't do that again. But
well, there's 9 people, so
yeah, somebody came back and they're just like, "Ooh, hey, look!" Oh, nope, they left. I know there are multiple people. I can see that. So,
well,
yeah. So it looks like the general consensus to my original question that I asked quite a bit ago is that I should either God, I was like really hoping that like GW was going to do like a Black Friday, Cyber Monday deal, but apparently they're not. So I guess I may just have to go to somebody else if I have the money. You know how that works. So let's see. I have been suggested to kill 6 Astartes tanks fast. Do I know how to kill tanks? Yes, use Scarbrand. I actually don't know. I do know that the tanks are very easily overwhelmed. The only reason I know that is, again, the text-to-speech. They actually ran a simulation game of the Inquisition versus the combined mights of 4 groups of chaos. And it's really cool. I mean, just to look at this, it's a really cool thing. It's If the Emperor Had Text-to-Speech, episode 26, part 1. Heck of a thing. They literally played this out and then animated it and played the whole thing through. So it was really cool. And watching the tanks, actually, because there were 4 tanks, and they were actually overwhelmed, one by a group of a group of Daemonettes, and I saw Scarbrand actually cut through 2 of them. So I know that Scarbrand can take out the tanks. Wow, I'm getting a lot of attention. Wow, what do I have? I'm getting, sorry. People sending me message. Oh, those guys. Okay. Thank you, Zane. So now I know what you're talking about. Okay, thank you. But yeah, that's pretty much all I know. I think from what I've been told, basically to tank all those tanks is that you just basically need to overwhelm them. And get up into close combat, if I'm not mistaken. D doesn't use tanks, so I'm not sure, and I've never witnessed a game where people played with them, so I would like to point out the only tank I'm actually even remotely familiar with is the Layman Russ. I do know that to take out a tank, you need extreme forms of DACA. Not helpful at all. That's me. Not helpful. Sorry. I'm sorry, Squid Boss. They're cheap. Just swarm it. If the Daemonettes can do it, you can do it. Because your orcs and orcs are better, right? At least that's what I was told. And apparently I have construction going on in the other room. So our big smashy cutty power things. I wish I could answer that question better. Let's ask the girl who has no idea. This sounds like a great idea. So for my next deck, killed 2 Imperial Knights with a 5-man Marine tax squad. Can confirm DACA works against vehicles. Yes, the couple times that, I'm sorry, D does use tanks. He does have a couple of converted Laymans. I don't know which one of the 2, but he's got 2 tanks that are with his Death Guard, and they were bloated up because somebody just went heavy firepower on them. And I can't remember if it was a Tyranid army or a Chris's Drakari, because Chris plays really heavily with the vehicles to up speed for his guys, which of course, like I said, it's because of this I learned how to this guy. Run up. The Emperor is great. Boom. Sorry, that was rude. That was very rude of me. I apologize. Wow, there's a big DACA tank that can do up to 20 shots. Whew. See, I learned stuff from you guys. This is why I love this community. You guys teach me things that I don't know. And it's a lot of fun. And then you guys have to deal with me not knowing anything. Sorry. I love you. Don't mind me, I'm trying to make this goldy stuff not quite so golden looking anymore because I don't do that bright, pretty stuff. That's my contrast. My does 12 and each dread does 6 as well as my Terminator. The Scuttle Blam. Oh, that just sounds like fun. Where's my non oil? Ah, non oil. I love non oil. Non oil is wonderful for when you want to age your metals so they don't look so bright and pretty. Okay, so I've got a vote for a personal group based on one of the 2 missing legions. I've got a vote for, of course, anything Inquisitions by Zane or Imperium. And orcs, of course, but I can't because that's hubby's thing. Green Boys are his. I'll play with them later. And salamanders are fun. So, real helpful. What I'm probably going to end up doing is actually getting a couple of the easy to build Terminator and Reaver kits and build myself a Marines kill team. Legion of the Damned does sound like a lot of fun based on what it is. I would have to do some research on them to see if I like them. I really, really like the Salamanders. The Legion of the Damned, if I'm not mistaken, are, I think if they're the ones I think they are, they're the ones that are loyal to the Imperium. However, they technically fell to Chaos and are insane, but they go out of their way to destroy Chaos whenever they find it. Correct, Zane? Or am I thinking of a different group? Yes, my son Ray was telling me about them, that no one really knows where or what's going on there. So let's see. You know what? I think I'm going to try a kill team for each, and we'll see what happens. How about that? Because I'm going to make an Imperium group eventually. After I... my son was saying that originally they were championed by Malal, who does not exist anymore. And Malal does not like the other chaos entities, so his Legion of the Damned are like death to chaos, and they're okay with the Imperium for some reason. So yes. By the way, as we have hit the 2-hour and 18-minute mark, for those of you who are still sticking around and listening to my horribly grainy voice, I do appreciate you. And again, don't forget to hit the like. If there's anything that, you know, as I'm always looking for content for Dee to talk about or things to build, just leave us a comment. We'd love it. So yeah. I'm probably not going anywhere yet, but I may check out probably in the next 12 minutes because yes, I'm going for a while, and I'm unfortunately not as entertaining as Big D, nor as good as Big T is at this. Do all the things. Thank you, Jesse. I love you too, honey. If there is... new lore, but is not feared that they are the missing Firehawks. Thank you. I appreciate that, Zane. Tacos! Yes! Go eat the tacos, Atomic Dog, and enjoy them for me. But yeah, no, so Zane, actually, that's one of the biggest reasons why I actually really enjoy Kill Team is because with Kill Team, you have these small groups, so it's not a lot of money and I'm not putting a huge investment in. And there are rules for them, so I can actually build the different groups, kind of play a test out thing, see how I like them. Do I like how they handle? Do I like their skills? I mean, let me tell you, I love a frenzy with the custodians. Oh my gosh. And the fact that I didn't realize that they have 3 attacks. They have 3 attacks in melee. I didn't know that. I found that out recently in my last group because I was like, oh, I attack you once. And they're like, no, honey, they attack 4 times. They do what? Well, this is your veteran, right? Yeah. Okay, he attacks 4 times. I thought they only attacked once, and they're like, honey, yeah, you're very much in deep. You know what you like. And you've probably been doing this a lot longer than I have, Zane. I literally got into this about June. Mostly, as you've all heard the story, is that I got into it because I was watching Miniac actually do this really cool thing where he zenithalled a figure and then did a light paint job over it. So it was beautiful and it was easy and it came out with the depth and the, shading. And I was like, that's really cool. I can do that. So I picked up a box and yeah. And then, as you guys heard, BDSM elves, I'm in. And then, corn. I may have some anger issues. That and there's just something seriously satisfying about giant hammers, axes. I mean, there's a guy, literally, I want this figure so bad for Christmas, who's got 2 mace hammer heads on chains, and he's just swinging them. I do very much enjoy my elves. I played them once, and I got my butt kicked because I played Grey Knights. And I learned that I need psychers. That is not the Bloodthirster. He's a smaller guy. I think he's one of the HQ units. He's like, yeah, big, normal size. And I forget what he's called. He's for Age of Sigmar. I mean, there's a number of Age of Sigmar HQ units that I really want because I want to paint, and I would love to get my hands on a Scarbrand. However, I'm a little still not quite there. Yes, there is a Bloodthirster that does big swing things. I have seen him. I don't think this guy is it. I might be wrong. I might be very wrong. So I've got my elves, which I'm actually still building up. I need some more vehicles for them. But for No Bolter November, I put them aside so that I could build my Cornates, which are very interesting. And I've got my Tempesta Scions, and I want to do them and give them a shot because actually it's because of you, Zane, that I wanted to give it a go at the Tempesta Scions actually, and the Inquisition. I'm not a big fan of the Inquisition's lore, but that's just me. But some of their stuff is really cool. I mean, the nuns with guns. I mean, seriously, come on, that's freaking cool. And Drago. Drago's freaking cool. He's so crazy from what I've read. But then I learned about the salamanders, and I was like, I think I want to do a Imperial Army, and my husband thinks I'm insane. Yes, actually, the way that you talk about the Inquisition and the way you play them when you're being serious actually made me curious about the Inquisition, which was why I decided to try and do the Tempesta Scions. I have not put them together. I was actually going to do that today. But then because I have likes from all 3 units on both sides across the board, you know, from Chaos to Order to Death and Sigmar to Chaos, Xeno, and Imperium, which was why I was asking, what do you guys think? I was basically told that if I want to go into competitive play, which I do not, both the Custodes and the Salamanders are actually very well done. I was thinking about doing the Children of Aerith, an off-brand of the Salamanders, with a female Forge leader, which is Aerith. Aerith is actually a character that I created 21 years ago, actually. She's the main character of a story that I am writing, that eventually someday maybe I'll actually finish writing part of it. She's the main character in it, and she's basically the embodiment of fire. And I thought it would be kind of fun to do a group of Marines, or just an entire unit of Marines based around this idea that I had for the group that she's part of, which are called Hunter. Their job is to seek and destroy. They hunt down bad things and go. Get the DK easy build for 3 intercessors. Yes. That was what I was thinking about doing, Zane, and just building a Salamander kill team, which they're basically Marines that bark out of pyros, and go from there, because it depends on which one I have more fun with. The Custodes are, there's less to a Custode army, so I would spend less money. However, they are more expensive points-wise, where the versus with a Salamander army or even a Kit Bash personal army, it's going to cost me more money because you need more to put into the group, but they are that's actually something that Big D suggests, is that take a break every once in a while, especially when you're painting Marines, because it does get very monotonous. Take a break. I can give you kind of I can kind of get that. I mean, painting witches and Drukhari is really, really repetitive, and they're half the size of Marines. Oh my god. So take for that, I'm working on my Cornates. I don't have a lot of Cornates, and they're all actually really easy to paint because they're all mostly naked. So bulging muscles, scars, pants. And then I was thinking about doing what you were suggesting, getting the intercessors. It's the 3 intercessors, and then there's a second box, and I can't remember if they're called Reavers or not. And typically the 2 together make up a Marine kill team. So that's why I was thinking about doing it. It's about $30 altogether. And trying that. I may do that with my first paycheck. If I don't spend my paycheck at my job, I'm going to probably spend it on minis. I'm never getting the tattoo that I want. I believe, yes, they are part of the elites, and you can play elites and kill team. Yes, so it'd be $30 altogether because I would get one of each of the 2 boxes. So I would pay about $30 altogether, and then have some fun. Maybe make green flames on all of them, because I know that the Salamander's colors are green. So have some fun with green. Just not sick green like D's stuff, because they all look like puke, in my opinion. And Phoenix would be more than happy. Maybe you can come over next month on a Sunday, and we'll sit down and we'll paint together. It'll be fun. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. So Zane, good idea. Thank you for the suggestions. And thank you everybody for being my sounding board on this, because I was very... Yeah, those were actually the 2 boxes that our family started with. I've actually got the things up on our wall around here. I find chaos for those of you who get a little bit of the monotony of painting the Marines, because yes, it is very repetitive. It's the same color over and over again. Just grab a box of something, even if it's a kill team or if it's a war cry, or if it's just one of those little, $15 one person things. Grab it, paint it. It breaks up the monotony. Yes, Nurgle skin is fun to paint. Big D likes to paint them a pale peach, like they're sick. And then he goes to town with them and then covers them in this gooey green stuff. It's like, oh. So yes, please look into your schedule, Phoenix, and we'll see what we can do about that. Yes. There's actually, to save you some time if you want, I do know that there is a green that you can use with a contrast if you do like a witch palette, the color for the witch's skin tone. Use that as your base, and then you use this green contrast. Let me see if I can find it, because D bought it. Because D is weird like that. He buys, if it looks good, D buys it. I know you enjoy how you do it. I'm just trying to give you an option that if you feel so inclined to want to take a break. What is this? Oh, nice. He needs to clean this stuff up, man. Nope, that's brown. That's a brown. That's a funky color. Ah! As a matter of fact, it is called Plague Bear's Green. Oh, that's very cool. Yes, I was really enjoying how you were doing that. I thought it looked really cool, Zane, how you've got the red in them. They look like they just tore through some poor group that never stood a chance. And while I'm in here, I need to actually pull out some contrast anyway. So, where's my skeletal horde? I'm a huge fan of using skeletal horde with a pale flesh color to get bones. So, little shared secrets there. Ow! Mother blessed howling. Ouch. Table bit me. So, yes. There was something else I was going to say. No, I can't remember. And we were at 2 hours and 32 minutes. So, with that, I think I will give you my parting wisdom, since I do not have Captain Emo like our dear boys Frost and Fist do. I almost bought that figure, by the way. I found it. So let's some parting thoughts on behalf of the Gamecraft Dragon. Do what you love. Always find time for it, but always, always remember to take care of yourself first. Your mental health and physical health is very important. If you can't do that, you are no use to anyone else. Be grateful for your friends. Be thankful for your family, whether they're blood or of your choosing, because you never know when you're going to be without them. Mental health is this thing that comes with cookies, and it's quite tasty sometimes. Sky's the limit, as I always tell you guys. Your only limit is your imagination. If you think something sounds like fun, do it. Try it. What's the worst that's going to happen? Oh no, it wasn't for you. You move on. Don't listen to yourself too much when it comes to you are your own worst critic. And as always, do what you love. This is the Lady Dragon on behalf of the Gamecraft Dragon and Big D signing out for this Sunday. Nice. So for those of you who are joining us after this has already gone live, it is, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like and tell your friends and family about us or anybody you know who is in the craft. Again, a cry out to our 3 beloved Patreons. We do have that. And there is to Heinrich, thank you so much as our first. To Zane, our 2nd level dear, who gets to join us in the private server, and to the Commodore for being a blood brother on the Wolf Front. You are all much loved by us. And don't forget, in the words of the Gamecraft Dragon, epic your life, epic your game. Game on. I'm not answering that, Zane.